Hey Aries, I need to talk to you about something that has been showing up in your cards, and honestly, the energy around this is really different from what I have been seeing before. I just pulled cards for you, and the frequency shift that is coming through is not something small or surface level. This is deep transformation energy, and I want to walk through exactly what the universe is showing me right now. So I am sitting here with your spread, and the first card that came out is King of Wands. And this one stopped me because this is you in your highest power frequency. This is not just any leadership energy. This is the version of you that has learned how to hold fire without burning yourself. You know what I find fascinating about this card showing up first? It is telling me that the shift you are about to experience is not going to come from outside circumstances changing. It is going to come from you embodying a completely different energetic signature. The King of Wands does not chase, does not force, does not manipulate energy to make things happen. This king sits in such complete alignment with their inner fire that reality literally reorganizes itself around them. And this is where you are heading, Aries. I am seeing that you have been operating from a certain frequency for a while now. Maybe years, maybe your whole life, where you felt like you had to push and fight and prove yourself to make things move forward. But this card is saying that era is ending. You are about to step into a version of yourself that magnetizes opportunities instead of hunting them down. The shift is not about doing more, it is about being more aligned with who you actually are at your core. And here is what makes this powerful. The King of Wands energy carries this quality of natural authority that does not need validation. When you shift into this frequency, people are going to respond to you differently without you even changing what you say or do. It is the energy underneath everything that is changing. The next card I pulled is King of Cups, and okay, this is where things get really interesting because having both kings show up tells me this is about mastering two completely different types of power simultaneously. The King of Cups is emotional mastery, and I do not mean suppressing feelings or being stoic. I mean understanding that your emotional state is the most powerful creative tool you have. Aries, you are learning to stop letting your emotions run you and instead learning to consciously work with them to create the reality you want. This card is showing me that part of your frequency shift involves developing a completely different relationship with how you feel. Instead of being reactive, you are becoming responsive. Instead of emotional turbulence throwing you off course, you are learning to stay centered in the middle of intensity. And this is huge for you because as an Aries, you probably have spent a lot of your life being very action-oriented, and sometimes emotions felt like obstacles or distractions from getting things done. But this king is teaching you that emotional intelligence is power. When you can hold space for deep feelings without letting them control your behavior, you become unstoppable in a completely different way. I am seeing that as you shift your frequency, one of the biggest changes is going to be in your relationships. People who are used to getting certain reactions from you are not going to know how to handle the new you. Because you are not going to engage with drama the same way, you are not going to take bait. You are not going to let other people's chaos disrupt your inner peace. This creates such a powerful shift in your external reality because when you change your frequency, everyone around you either rises to meet you there or falls away naturally. Now the third card is Five of Wands, and this might seem contradictory after those two powerful king cards. But actually it makes perfect sense. This card is showing me the old frequency you are leaving behind. The Five of Wands is struggle energy, competition energy, feeling like you have to fight for everything you want. And Aries, I am seeing that this has been your default setting for so long that it probably feels normal to you. Like life is supposed to be hard, progress is supposed to require constant battle, and rest means you are falling behind. But this card showing up here is the universe pointing out exactly what needs to shift. You have been operating in a frequency where you see challenges everywhere and your nervous system has been in fight mode for way too long. The frequency shift you are moving into is about releasing this battle mentality. It is about understanding that not everything is a competition and not every obstacle requires force to overcome. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is step back and let things resolve themselves. I know this might feel uncomfortable for you at first because you are so used to taking action and making things happen. But part of elevating your frequency is learning the art of strategic non-action, knowing when to push and when to allow. The Five of Wands is leaving your energy field, and what is coming in is so much more peaceful and effective. The fourth card is King of Swords, and now we have three kings in this reading, which is basically The universe saying you are stepping into mastery across multiple domains of your life. The King of Swords is mental clarity and discernment at the highest level. This king can cut through illusion and see truth instantly. And Aries, as you shift your frequency, one of the most dramatic changes is going to be in how you think and perceive reality. You are developing the ability to see through manipulation, to recognize patterns quickly, to make decisions from clarity instead of emotion or pressure. This is so important because I am seeing that in your old frequency, you sometimes made impulsive choices because you felt like you had to act fast or miss the opportunity. But this king energy is teaching you that real power comes from taking the time to assess situations clearly before moving. You are learning to trust your mental discernment as much as your gut instinct. And here is what is powerful about this. When you operate from this frequency of mental clarity, you stop making the same mistakes over and over. You start seeing red flags earlier. You start recognizing what is actually aligned for you versus what just looks good on the surface. The King of Swords does not waste time on things that are not meant for them because they can see the truth of situations clearly. This is the frequency you are moving into, and it is going to save you so much time and energy that you used to spend on wrong paths. Card number 5 is Six of Pentacles, and this card is about energetic exchange and balance. What I am seeing here is that as you shift your frequency, the whole dynamic of giving and receiving in your life is going to change. You might have been in a pattern of overgiving, or always being the one who helps others but having a hard time receiving help yourself. Or maybe you have been in scarcity mindset, always worried about resources and holding tight to what you have. But the Six of Pentacles is showing me that your new frequency is one of abundance and flow. You are learning that the universe operates on circulation, not accumulation. When you give from a place of genuine overflow and receive with grace, energy moves through you in the most beautiful way. And this is going to manifest in practical terms too. I am seeing opportunities coming in where you are going to be in a position to be generous in ways you have not been able to before. And I am also seeing you learning to receive support, help, money, love, opportunities without guilt or feeling like you owe something in return. This shift in how you relate to give and take is going to open up channels of abundance you did not even know were possible. The key is understanding that in the new frequency you are moving into, everything is energy and energy wants to move. When you hold on to tight or give from depletion, you block the flow. But when you operate from this balanced King of Pentacles space, abundance becomes your natural state. Now the sixth card is King of Pentacles, and this is actually the fourth king in your reading, which is wild. For kings means you are literally stepping into sovereign power across every area of your life. The King of Pentacles is material mastery and physical world success. This king has built something real and lasting. They understand how to manifest vision into concrete reality. Aries, what this is telling me is that your frequency shift is not just going to be spiritual or emotional. It is going to show up in tangible results in your physical life. I am seeing financial improvement, career advancement, or maybe you are building something from the ground up that is going to become really solid and successful. But here is the important part about this energy. The King of Pentacles succeeds because they are patient and strategic. They do not rush or gamble. They make calculated moves and they build with longevity in mind. So as you shift into this frequency, you might notice yourself becoming more grounded and practical about your goals. Less impulsive action and more thoughtful planning. And this is not going to feel limiting to you even though it might sound that way. It is actually incredibly empowering because you are going to start seeing real results that last instead of quick wins that disappear. The universe is supporting you in building something sustainable, and the frequency you are shifting into is one that attracts resources, opportunities, and support to make that happen. I am also seeing that this king energy brings a level of confidence that comes from knowing your worth and knowing what you bring to the table. You are done undervaluing yourself, and you are done settling for less than you deserve. The seventh card is Four of Pentacles, and this one is interesting because it can represent either security consciousness or fear-based holding on. In the context of your frequency shift, I am seeing this as showing you what happens if you resist the change that is trying to come through. If you try to hold on to the old frequency because it feels safe and familiar, you are going to feel stuck and restricted. The Four of Pentacles in its shadow aspect is about being so afraid of loss that you cannot enjoy what you have and you cannot open up to what is trying to come in. So this card is a gentle warning from the universe. As you go through this frequency shift, there is going to be a temptation to cling to old patterns, old relationships, old ways of doing things because change can feel scary even when it is positive change. But if you stay in that fear frequency, you are going to miss the magic that is trying to reach you. The invitation here is to practice trust. Trust that as you release what is not aligned, something better is coming. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that your new frequency is going to attract experiences that match it. I am seeing that you might need to consciously work on releasing control and allowing the shift to happen instead of trying to manage every aspect of it. The more you can stay open and flexible, the smoother this transition is going to be. Card 8 is 8 of Cups and Aries. This one is powerful because it is the card of walking away. And I do not mean walking away from something bad necessarily. Sometimes the 8 of Cups is about walking away from something that is fine, something that is comfortable, something that other people might not understand why you are leaving. But your soul knows it is time to go. This card is showing me that part of your frequency shift involves having the courage to leave behind situations that are no longer feeding your growth. Maybe it is a job that is stable but unfulfilling. Maybe it is a relationship that is not bad but also not lighting you up anymore. Maybe it is a whole lifestyle or identity you have been clinging to. The 8 of Cups is about listening to that inner voice that says there is something more for you and having the guts to go find it even when you cannot see what is on the other side. This takes so much courage, Aries, and the fact that this card is in your reading tells me you are being prepared for a significant departure from something. And here is what I want you to understand about this energy. When you make the choice to walk away from what is not aligned, you send such a powerful signal to the universe about who you are and what you value. You declare that you trust yourself enough to leave comfort for the unknown. And the universe responds to that kind of faith. I am seeing that what you are walking toward is so much better than what you are leaving behind, but you have to take that first step into the uncertainty. Your frequency is shifting from settling to seeking, from comfortable to courageous. The 9th card is 3 of Pentacles, and this is about collaboration and masterful work. What I am seeing here is that in your new frequency, you are going to be connecting with people who match your elevated energy. The 3 of Pentacles is about coming together with others who are skilled and committed to excellence to create something really special. Aries, as you shift your frequency, pay attention to who starts showing up in your life. New people are going to appear who resonate with where you are now, not where you used to be. And these connections are going to feel different. They are going to be based on mutual respect and shared vision rather than need or habit. I am also seeing that this card represents you being recognized for your expertise and your skills. People are going to start seeing you as someone who brings real value, and you are going to be invited into collaborations and opportunities that reflect your new level. This is the universe showing you that when you elevate your frequency, you do not have to struggle alone anymore. The right partnerships and support show up naturally. So stay open to working with others and do not try to do everything yourself just because you are used to being independent. Your new frequency includes understanding the power of collaboration and being willing to both contribute your gifts and receive the gifts others bring. The 10th and final card is 5 of Pentacles. And I know this might look like a challenging card, but in the context of everything we have talked about, this is actually about healing your relationship with struggle and lack. The 5 of Pentacles traditionally represents hardship, feeling left out in the cold, financial or emotional poverty. But here's what the universe is showing me with this card in your reading. This represents the old story you are releasing as you shift your frequency. You have been carrying a narrative, maybe unconscious, that you have to struggle, that abundance is not available to you, that you are on the outside looking in at what other people have. And Aries, this story is done. The appearance of this card at the end of your reading is like the universe saying this is the final piece of old frequency that you are shedding. You do not have to live from that place anymore. As you step fully into your new frequency with all those king energies and the mastery and the courage to walk your own path, the 5 of Pentacles energy dissolves. You are moving from a frequency of lack into a frequency of abundance, from isolation into connection, from struggle into flow. And I want you to really let that sink in, because this is not about circumstances changing first and then you feeling better. This is about you changing your frequency and then watching your circumstances shift to match it. The Five of Pentacles is showing you where you have been so you can see how far you are moving. It is the contrast that makes your transformation visible. So Aries, let me bring this all together for you because what I am seeing in these 10 cards is a complete energetic metamorphosis. You are shifting from a frequency of struggle, competition, and fight mode into a frequency of mastery, alignment, and magnetic power. The 4 kings in your reading are showing me that you are stepping into sovereign energy across every domain of your life. Mental clarity with the King of Swords, emotional mastery with the King of Cups, creative power with the King of Wands, material success with the King of Pentacles. This is not a small shift. This is you becoming the ruler of your own reality. And what that means in practical terms is that your whole life is about to look different. The way people respond to you is going to change. The opportunities that come to you are going to be at a higher level. The relationships that remain in your life are going to be more authentic and supportive. The work you do is going to be more aligned with your true gifts. Your financial situation is going to improve because you are no longer operating from scarcity. And all of this happens not because you are forcing it or chasing it, but because your frequency has changed and reality is responding to who you are being. The cards are also showing me that this shift requires you to release old patterns. The 5 of Wands battle mentality has to go. The 4 of Pentacles fear and control has to go. The 5 of Pentacles lack story has to go. And yes, the 8 of Cups is saying some situations or people are going to fall away as you make this shift. But that is not loss, that is liberation. You are making space for what is meant for you at this new level. The 6 of Pentacles is showing you that in your new frequency, you understand energy exchange and you operate from abundance. The 3 of Pentacles is showing you that collaboration and recognition are coming because you are finally being seen for who you really are. Aries, I have been doing tarot for a long time, and when I see this many major shifts in one reading, I know the universe is preparing someone for a significant life chapter. This is your time. The frequency you are moving into is one of power, peace, and prosperity. But you have to be willing to let go of who you used to be to become who you are meant to be. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that as you shift your energy, everything else will shift too. Because that is how the universe works. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the creator of your reality through the frequency you hold. And right now, you are being upgraded in a massive way. Thank you for letting me share what your cards are showing. If this resonated with you, I would love to know. Has anyone else been feeling this shift happening in their life? Drop a comment and let me know what is coming up for you.